Hello, everyone, and welcome to Katella Talks. We are so excited to be hosting this event live at the Royal Crown Theater today.
Whether you're joining us here in person or online, we're so glad you can join us today. My name is Aaron Gonzalez.
And I'm Zalion Yip, and we'll be your host for today.
During this event, you'll see a variety of different unique speeches and documentaries covering a variety of topics selected by their presenters.
As we are in the midst of our nation's 250th anniversary, we are reminded of how important young people have been in the shaping of our country, the United States of America.
You'll notice many of the issues today are reflected in these speeches. Now,
enough with the pleasantries. Let's begin the presentation, shall we? Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show!
Today, we are hosting Katella Talks. This event showcases students from various grade levels presenting on an issue that is affecting their community.
these talks are student-driven, student-led, and student-produced. Students chose topics that are personal and what they are passionate about. They chose which student presentations should be showcased, and they are shooting and editing each presentation in a TED Talk format.
In addition, many students created documentaries about their topics. With film and digital arts being Katella's unique pathway, we encourage our students to find creative alternatives to demonstrating their knowledge and sharing their voice.
We hope these projects lead to an exciting conversation, curiosity, openness, critical thinking, and action.
And now, let's begin.
It's my pleasure to introduce our first speaker of today, Daniel Alvarez.
You know, ever since the COVID pandemic in 2020, the switch from online to back in person has changed society overall. It changes the way we spend our time and do our work. This can be seen with the introduction of AI, such as ChatGPT, Meta AI, and Google's very own Gemini. Technology is evolving, and AI is, if not the biggest innovation of this decade. Now, while its controversial status is all up for debate, one thing for certain is, it's here to stay. Now, while society has been moving forward with AI, the school system still stays stuck in the past and leaves students with an overwhelming pressure that burns out their will to learn. For as long as the public education system has been around, the overall structure for learning has remained the same. Students sit in the classroom for about an hour or so and then move on to the next period. You rinse and repeat this process for about 4 years or so, and it continues if you choose to go to college. Studies show that students who are forced to sit through an hour of direct instruction are less likely to pay attention and forget the concept they learned that day. The work assigned to students does not help them as well, as students who are assigned busy work are more likely to use AI such as ChatGPT and finish the assignment in just mere minutes rather than taking the time to actually do the work themselves. Now, the use of AI stems from students being unmotivated and being pressured just to pass the class in general, and they are left to do this by any means necessary. Now, while most students struggle to pay attention in class, it's also important to acknowledge that some students just do not want to learn in general. As stated before, a lack of motivation is a huge contributing factor to the heavy use of AI in the classroom. And them being left to pass by any means necessary does not make this any better. Now, what schools can do is instead create a clear set of rules about AI and instead focus on projects such as interviews, showcases, any project that requires critical thinking, collaboration, and the one thing school is good at, socializing. If schools truly want students to be more engaged in their work, they need to focus on adapting to technological advancements rather than shifting away from it. Banning AI is as pointless as putting a Band-Aid on a severed arm. So instead, schools truly need to change their system in order for students to be more engaged. Thank you.
The process that led to these talks started with teachers using project-based learning models as a foundation, which include 4 steps: driving question, research, critical friends protocol, and gallery walks or presentations.
But Katella Talks aren't the only way that students have demonstrated civic action, student voice, and community engagement. Let's take a look at some of the other projects that students have participated in throughout the year.
So today we were assigned to basically create a book as well as an ed puzzle teaching our 5th graders about the water cycle. My main focus was like climate change and how it affects our water and how it really just like ruins the habitats for other animals and species around our world. We met together as a group and we wrote our book together. We created images for our book, and then we like created questions for the ed puzzle where kids had to answer. I think it's important to work with our younger generation because, like everybody says, the future is in the younger generation's hands, and if they're not educated, then they won't ever be able to help solve the issues that we have in today's world.
Last semester we did our environmental service projects, and we had to pick something that would benefit the environment, and we had to do research and log all the hours for it.
I chose a recycling project where I picked up recyclables around my tennis courts after practice or at any reasonable time. I'd record how many recyclables I picked up that day, how the process was like, and how long it took.
Overall, this was a very important project because I know that a lot of people our age don't realize how much we affect the environment just like as a singular person.
This assignment I did publicly with my team, and it was something that people were seeing me do like every day for like 2 months straight. I feel like that publicity itself helps people to recognize like a norm. So seeing that norm kind of makes this domino effect for people to recognize that there needs a change.
The activity that we're doing today is the Chalk Art Festival.
This activity is important because it allows you to express your own creativity, your own original art that you can display for people to see around campus.
My inspiration, I want to do something that channeled like peace and freedom, unity, stuff like that.
I definitely think that art exhibits like this help the community, only because it helps artists kind of feel like they're in a safe space. I think this is a perfect way to show them that our school cares about artists and that they want you to express yourself.
Please welcome in our next presenter from the class of 2027, Ignacio Badillo Marin.
What would you say are the biggest problems in the world right now? Global warming, war, a certain problematic political figure? While these are all great options, there's definitely something at the root of it all, the division between people. In the world today, there are many things that divide us, from our own music interests to our very own political views. One thing that is undeniable at this moment, however, is that we are more divided today than ever before. This leads to implicit biases and prejudices. Now, where does this come from, you might ask yourself? Nobody is born with a dislike of anything or anyone else, with the sole exception of Chihuahuas, of course. Now, in a study done by the Center of Education and Youth, it was concluded that prejudice can be passed on as young as the age of 3. As toddlers, we already formulate opinions on things and people we probably have never even met before. In that same study, these children were also asked to identify racially ambiguous faces as black-like expressions or white-like expressions. The positive faces, being more concluded with happiness and laughter, were more identified with white-like expressions, and the unhappy or angry faces were more in tune with black-like expressions. Now we see the evidence in front of us, right? So how is it passed on? Well, the easy answer is our environment. When we are surrounded by a specific set of ideals or this type of lifestyle, there is sometimes a chance of us coming out the same way. However, this doesn't always mean you will be like this, and vice versa. Just because you live in a really positive environment does not mean you will be a perfect angel. just as many of us know within people in our own lives. Now, it's also easy to blame our parents, as from a young age, we learn things from them. We confide in them. There's many things that they pass on to us that at the time we don't even realize are wrong. Now, this obviously changes as we grow and have our own experiences, because you can't just stay the same forever. Now, how to fix this problem? Well, the easy answer is living your own life. From a young age, we already learn to label certain things that we dislike and fear. Now, this is obviously how humans are, but this definitely changes as we grow older. So a simple solution is living your own life. Stop basing your own ideals based off of the things said to you by others. Now, obviously, this is normal, but there are sometimes people who are stuck in that same cycle, and we need to avoid it. Now, while studying for this project, I also came across a very interesting opinion. Opinions obviously define us as humans. There's supposed to be different people within the world. We aren't all androids. However, when these opinions become prejudices and they start being harmful to society, when do we stop? Now, there's a very different thing between opinions and prejudices. Opinions define us as humans because we're obviously all different, but prejudices harm the foundations of our society. Now, I would like to leave all of you with this. Opinions and prejudices are two peas in a pod. However, one is definitely a lot more harmful to society than the other. Can you tell the difference when the line is so narrow? Thank you.
This year, students were given the opportunity to create documentaries reflective of their Katella talks. So please, help me introduce our first documentary of the day, Ice Out.
Leave now. If you don't, we will find you, and we will deport you. You will never return.
No te quiero perder, que la distancia se devore nuestra miel y perdamos la fe. No te quiero tener y cuando menos piense perderte otra vez.
Okay. So how do you feel about the way ICE is going about the country's immigration policy?
I feel like there is no clear understanding to how and why they are doing certain things a certain way. I feel like they are not necessarily following rules or procedures that they should be. So I don't think that that's been affecting our community in a positive way, and it's causing a lot of uncertainty in the community.
How do you think this makes people feel in your community?
I would say that, like I mentioned, it creates a great deal of uncertainty, and with that uncertainty, it places fear in people with their families and their homes. I firsthand was able to see it with my family and my loved ones and friends, and just how they're fearful to go out in the day-to-day life because they are uncertain to what's going to happen to them.
And what would you do if you were stopped by federal agents?
I feel like because there is no clear understanding to how they are going about stopping people, I think it would scare me to know how they would react with me as a person of color. I'm not sure if that would be a negative experience with them or a positive experience, or how I would be affected by it, but I think it would make me very scared to be stopped by them.
And specifically, do you know your rights? So like if you were to be stopped, do you know what rights you have that they cannot revoke from you?
I do, but I also think that because there's been a lot of unclear rules and standings, that just because you know your rights, it's been hard to even protect yourself with the rights that you have, because they're not always being followed to procedure.
And if you were stopped by them, do you know what actions you could take, even if they did revoke your rights that they're doing, because they can be going about it inhumanely or incorrectly?
I think the biggest thing would be like recording and having some sort of like physical evidence to show what happened, whether they detained me or not, but being able to, justify that in a court or show how I was treated unjustly, or if I was treated justly, being able to have that evidence to back me up when I need it.
Hang on for just 1 second. Now that people have a little traction here, let's kind of watch this, and we'll let you just watch.
Los besos que quizás tengas que robar.
Yeah, and you
How do you feel about interfering with what ICE was trying to do, and do you feel that they were being humane about it?
Obviously, there's a situation where I didn't confront, I talked, I stepped up to the ICE agents. I don't recommend that for teenagers. I don't recommend it for my own kids. I'm an older man, I'm 50 years old. I went in there with a level, calm mindset. So I was not gonna irritate or escalate the situation. How do I feel about it? Were they being humane to him? No, they were not. They were not being humane to him. They were roughing him up inside the car. They were roughing him up outside the car. So how do I feel about it? I didn't plan it, but I don't recommend people doing that, especially that some ICE agents are taking more serious actions and using their guns on American citizens. I would not recommend it.
I'm gonna say eyes out. We're not savage, we're not animals, we're not aliens, we are humans and we are Americans.
Now, please welcome our next presenter of the day from the class of 2027, Michelle Ramirez.
When describing the United States of America, people use the words diversity, equality, and freedom. It is extremely hypocritical to use these words when they don't apply to everyone. Members of the transgender community struggle every day with fitting in and accessing equal opportunities. They often face discrimination. As the 250th anniversary of the United States approaches, let's take a moment to reflect back on how far our nation has come and how much more work needs to be done. The battle for transgender rights showcases the long-growing problem of establishing human rights for all. Access to healthcare is still one of the many struggles the transgender community faces today. According to the Human Rights Campaign, hospitals are prohibited from prescribing medically necessary treatment to trans youth. That's including puberty blockers, hormone therapy, and surgical operations. These issues might seem of little consequence to you until it happens to a friend or a loved one. My best friend has faced the discrimination of this new rule and no longer has access to the medical treatment he depended on. In the past year, advocates for trans equality reported that nearly 63% of trans people experience discrimination, whether it's bullying, microaggression, physical, and even sexual. I can say that my best friend has fallen victim to microaggression from many of our peers. Nobody should have to face that alone, or be afraid of what people might say at school. With all these issues arising, it has had a tremendous impact on the mental well-being of the trans community. Again, during the first term of Trump's presidency, his administration pushed the closing of the LGBTQ+ suicide lifeline in July of 2025. In their own words, the proposed budget would not grant taxpayer money to a chat service encouraging children to embrace radical gender ideologies. After the election, certain laws being passed, and other forms of discrimination, it had all led to many trans teens wondering, am I safe? In a country that preaches freedom, that is the last thing you expect to hear from the current youth. Transgender equality isn't some political issue. It showcases the long-growing problem of establishing human rights for all. So what can we do? We can stand beside our peers and fight for those who scared too. As teenagers, we are the future of the United States. We can become educated on these topics and bring awareness. Don't become a bystander. Instead, push for the growth this country has lacked in the past couple of years. The 250th anniversary should be a celebration of progress, not a regression to the past we left behind. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle Ramirez, for your speech. Now, introducing our second documentary of the day, Trying is Better Than Relying.
ChatGPT, why do my friends not want to hang out with me no more?
Hey, can you help me with this assignment?
Nah, I'm just gonna look up search up ChatGPT.
Don't be this guy. According to a study done by the Brookings Institution Center for Universal Education, about 91% of students in high school ages 13 through 17 use generative AI in their personal lives or for school assignments.
Well, at least I'm not doing any of the work.
My partner broke up with me and they cheated on me.
Well, according to ChatGPT, it says you're in the wrong. You're horrible.
His cognitive thinking skills and emotional skills begin to deplete once he starts relying on ChatGPT.
Dude, you stole my picture.
No, I didn't. ChatGPT did it. Now my father can generate photos now.
He's starting to lose his creativity too. Unfortunately for most students, it's kind of hard to quit your use entirely, but by reducing it, you'll be doing yourself a big favor. You'll feel more accomplished and you'll be saving your brain. Remember, trying is better than relying. Quit using AI.
Guys, I quit.
It doesn't look terrible.
Okay.
Well, at least I don't have to get to do any of the work.
Trying is better than relying. Quit using AI.
Guys, I'm gay.
Now please welcome our final presenters of the day from the class of 2029, Mateo Ruiz and Sean Velasco.
As we approach America's 250th anniversary, it's good to look at all the achievements we've achieved and problems that we can still fix today.
As a nation, we focus on all of the big problems, but what if we start small? And that introduces our topic, littering in Anaheim.
What if the trash you ignore today becomes the water you drink tomorrow? Littering is a big issue in our community. For example, littering can cause contamination in the groundwater. Over 80% of groundwater is used as drinking water, which serves over 2.5 million people. Water wells and basins have been getting shut down, and it's been causing a big impact on the people.
And I'd like to believe that everyone, including me here, have cleanliness as a top priority. So imagine this. You're an average kid at Katella High School, you're taking the stairs up to your first period, and you nearly slip and fall on a piece of trash. Something so small that could have caused an injury. That's exactly what I went through. And that could have ruined my day, or even worse. And it's crazy to think that this issue caused by us as people can cause injuries, and it can overall cause problems to other people. Now,
Littering can make the city look unappealing and can cause visitors not to want to go into the city, as well as people that live in the city, they might want to leave after they see all the trash that's over here.
so not only can it be unappealing to other people who visit, but it can also, scratch that. So solutions, how can we solve this? Well, we could start clubs, we could take to social media and make some posts about cleaning up, but it really starts with you. It starts with us. Who can have the integrity to do the right thing when no one is around, to keep our area safe and clean, and to make our environment overall better? Well, like I said, it starts with you.
Thank you for listening.
And God bless.
I would probably say critical thinking, as in my research for my topic, I came across two different points of views that I thought were really interesting. And I think it's very important for you to know both sides of the story.
Communication. I figured that by speaking about it, it would probably help others. And when you kind of avoid communication, nothing gets done and progress doesn't get made.
Definitely character. To be able to present a topic like this is like something that takes courage and, well, character, and it really helped me develop that.
Collaboration helped me a lot, since me and my partner had to write the essay together to really make sure that we were getting like an even amount of time and everything just was appropriate.
Definitely critical thinking and collaboration. How to think about all of these different people and how they can take action.
Communication helped us the most because we had to share our thoughts and find good research for both of us to add.
I think communication is important because you're able to express ideas and opinions about one another's words that you may think does not fit within your speech.
Critical thinking, because when writing my speech in English class, I had to make sure that it was flowing the right way. We did research, we did practicing with other people, so that was a very important part.
And I guess creativity also played a role in trying to put things in perspective as well, so people could have an image in their mind when we were presenting.
It's made me realize that it doesn't take much to try to make change. You can make change by just doing something as simple as writing an essay.
Just for my voice to be heard by others is really empowering.
Feeling confident in my ability of talking about a topic.
Doing this, it helped me a lot to be less nervous in front of an audience, and definitely it helped me a lot with my public speaking.
I think shedding light to my topic because growing up, I obviously had my own experiences, and I feel that I wouldn't want other kids younger than me going through even worse situations than mine.
It makes me confident in my opinions more, knowing that I'm expressing it to other people who might think the same way as me. So I really feel like I'm making a change.
I guess what empowered me was that the school gave me and Camilla the opportunity to speak about something that we would want to talk about, not that there was a specific topic that we had to choose from.
Me and V were the first people to go in our period, and we were just super nervous, but we ended up doing really great, which I think made me feel special. It made me feel wow, I did a really great job. And that's what made me feel oh, I'm so proud of myself for being able to do this and making it this far into Katella Talks.
Placing myself inside the community to really get a feel of what others think about it.
It made me feel more connected to my best friend because I dedicated this speech towards him, and it just made me feel more connected with him in that way because I got to understand his struggles and got to understand everyone else's struggles.
I see a lot of people that have issues with kind of voicing what they want to say. And so by doing this project, I believe that I will at least reach one person.
Especially as a Latina woman, that I'm able to just have my voice heard at school and just really feel like I was a part of Katella.
I feel like it's a good way of getting people to understand how to come up with problems in the community and how to help come up with solutions.
I'm identifying a problem not only I face, but other people in my community face. My family, friends, even teachers have all experienced this problem, and I feel as if we could all do something about it.
It's really nice and beautiful to see that with the help of Katella Talks and stuff, we can reach out to many other people and just tell them about our cause.
Like the obvious, they're presenting such an important topic to our school, our community, English classes, a bunch of parents are coming, maybe people are even from the school board, and we have the opportunity to make a difference in our community. And I think that is something that made me feel more connected. It's like I'm giving them suggestions and input, and it's like, who knows, maybe this will catch on, and what starts in our district could go on to a neighboring district.
We hope you found these presentations meaningful, enlightening, and informative.
All of our presentations will be available online after today, so be sure to check out Katella High School's YouTube channel and feel free to share with your friends and families.
Before we go, we'd like to give a big thank you to all those who made today possible. Firstly, we'd like to thank the teachers who kickstarted these projects within their classrooms.
Thank you to Mr. Kazaruni, and also happy birthday for helping our students perfect their speeches, and to our student film crew who shot and produced our live streaming videos.
Thank you to all the Katella High School administration, district officials, and most importantly, you parents for your support.
And lastly, all of our presentations today were only a mere fraction of the amazing projects produced by our student body.
A big thank you to all those who participated in Katella Talks today in creating their speeches and documentaries. We appreciate all the hard work you put into this.
Thank you to Aaron for being my co-host for today.
And thank you, Zyla, for being my co-host today.
And finally, thank you to all the presenters for your courage, inspiration, and ideas.
Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.